have a Call 11 for Action story for you tonight. We told you about an apartment fire last month that left dozens without a home. And now many are still saying they don't have anywhere to stay. Michael Sandlin is live in Bowling Green. People told you they can't find somewhere on their own. Michael, why is that?
Kaylee, the Village Court North Apartments has served as low-income housing for decades. Many of the people that lived here had both physical and mental disabilities. Run by mental health nonprofit Harbor, it offered a safe place for them to stay. But now with their safety net burned to the ground and Harbor still searching for answers, it's unclear when these people will be able to find permanent housing next. It's hard to forget the day you watched your home burn.
So I heard somebody screaming. Just thought it was kids playing, then I realized it was more serious than that.
A guy had come and was pounded on my door. There was a fire.
They were about 8 foot flames, maybe higher.
William Douglas, Charles Hebert, and Brian Olch were all there the night of June 12th. 3 of the 17 residents of the Village Court North who lost everything in the fire. Now, it's been more than a month since they've returned home.
I haven't felt safe since that day happened. It's part of my psychosis. A little bit of change just ruins my world.
Douglas lived at the building in relative peace for 6 years. Like many others, he took advantage of the resources offered by Harbor, which also served as the property manager. Douglas says he's been diagnosed with multiple mental illnesses and is unable to complete even basic tasks.
Yeah, after Dad died, I don't have the mental capacity to concentrate that much to do a job every day, all day. My brain just sort of meanders and goes to other places.
That's why the situation at the Village Court North was perfect. Not only did it offer him and others like him the resources they needed, the low rents could meet his limited workload.
My rent was less than $200 a month. You can barely find a heating bill in Bowling Green for less than $200 a month.
So when the complex burned down, so too did a lifestyle he and the other residents had grown accustomed to. And with few low-income properties in Wood County, Douglas was just one of the 13 with no place to stay after the fire. So they were temporarily moved here to Bowling Green State University's Greek Life housing as part of a deal arranged between Harbor and the university.
It was crazy. I'm almost 60 years old and I wasn't allowed to have a guest come over to visit me, especially during the time when we lost everything.
But their stay didn't last long. The school needed to get the dorms ready for fall's incoming students, so on July 18th, the residents were moved again.
They've been playing a 52 card shuffling, they just stick us where they could find a place.
Now, Douglas is staying here, in one of Harbor's guest houses in Bowling Green, along with Hebert.
They stuck Chuck and I here, and when I walked into this place, it just reeked because, the people that were here before us were mentally handicapped and they probably weren't the cleanest of people.
It's since been cleaned, but it's just one more temporary living space, and both men say they can't keep shifting around. Hebert's sister has arranged for him to get a new apartment in Bowling Green, and Olch is living with his sister as well, but he and Douglas don't know if there's a plan for them to get a new long-term residence.
Either they don't know to relay it to me, or they have said it to me and I just can't remember, because I have that problem a lot.
I didn't have any luck with anything. There's possibly one out of them 7 that I may be able to go to, but the other 6 were just either, they weren't subsidized or they were 2 bedrooms, things like that, stuff that, I can't really do. I think it's going to be me that ends up finding myself something.
I took the pair's concerns to Harbor's headquarters. President and CEO Dustin Watkins says finding new housing for tenants like Olch and Douglas is of the highest priority, but the trouble comes down to finding it.
I think that in this case, we're going to help first, and that is our focus. So we're interested in doing all that we can do within our resources, but there really are no easy answers. There is a shortage of housing for fixed and low income tenants, and that is a very distinct challenge in all of this.
We are the test case, and after this, they'll probably evaluate what they should have done better, and they will put something in place for if anything happens again.
But how do you feel about being changed?
All guinea pigs hate being guinea pigs.
Watkins says in the long run, they'd like to rebuild the Village Court North apartments. They said it'll be at least 18 to 24 months before they can reopen their doors. And in the meantime, they're just trying to put residents wherever they can. Call 11 for Action will continue to follow the stories of these residents and the actions of Harbor as they continue to look for a long-term solution. Reporting in Bowling Green, I'm Michael Sandlin for WTOL 11.